Mr. Finstad, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for having this hearing today, and thank you, Ms. Davies, for being here. You mentioned a couple things in your opening testimony that kind of struck, I was maybe going to go a different direction, but I think I'm just going to talk a little bit about slow legacy software. So I had the honor of being the state director for USDA Rural Development in Minnesota, and I was blown away at the archaic, slow, clumsy legacy software that our federal agencies operate under. And this probably isn't going to speak to maybe some of the staff, but a few of us around this table will associate with this. But I mean, this is like Oregon Trail type stuff, right? When we can't use a mouse to click from one screen to the next, we're using the F1 key and it's a black screen with green cursors. I mean, I'm thinking Oregon Trail. But yet we're called, and you're called, and the agency is called to, the highest level of security. And, we look at things like some of the failures and audits in the past, and how do we kind of get our head around embracing commercial, the commercial sector, what we've seen happen in the private sector. I mean, I will tell you right now, Walmart knows where every toothbrush is in that big old company of theirs. But yet I wonder and I worry if we know where our bag of bolts are within the Department of War. And so on that front, you talked about modernizing legacy IT systems. You talked about the slow legacy software. What are the obstacles that you're seeing like right in front of you right now? How do we bring a Oregon Trail type platform? And I'm not, making the assumption that you're all like the USDA, but what are the obstacles that you see in front of you right now that can help us through that?
An area I'm extraordinarily passionate about. It was a tremendous surprise to me coming into the department to witness what you have reflected on as well, Congressman. I think first of all, the president recognizes these challenges. He's issued executive orders in support of us driving technology modernization, AI strategies moving forward. The secretary has been very clear in his vision for us to drive through technological advancement. So what we're doing is really to look at where are the opportunities to streamline these efforts. Do we have old legacy systems that very few users are using? We should sunset them. We should migrate to much more consistent, contiguous platforms that are there. I think some of the barriers are simply that we've never done it this way before. When we look to introduce innovation and we look to introduce modernization, there are some wonderful people in the department who really want to embrace innovation. Those are the people that I'm looking to point out and say, hey, come alongside and let's do this together. I think the people inside the building realize that this is a big problem. I think in a lot of ways they've been waiting for the right leadership to come and say, we are now going to tackle this. Roll up your sleeves.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your attitude around that. You've spent some time in the private sector. You're now in this role. We sit around and pass a NDAA every year. We do about $1 trillion of appropriations. I mean, this is a big deal. $1 trillion in the private sector. Would we be successful operating under the legacy systems that we have in the private sector at $1 trillion a year?
We wouldn't be spending that kind of money on legacy systems with $1 trillion budget.
I appreciate that. So I think that is something, again, this isn't an R or D issue. This should just be a USA common sense issue. I think this is something that should bring us together. We owe it to our warfighters to be, as lethal with our external, outward-looking systems as we are with our internal. And that helps the discussions that we have around this table when we're talking $1 trillion. I would like to know with confidence that you all know where the bag of bolts is. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, our warfighters don't. And that is delay, and that is cost, and that is just a real inefficiency that we should be able to fix. By the time that you and I have talked here, I probably could have got a car loan on my phone. And so there's technologies out there. And so maybe on that front, and last question for you, what are the challenges that you see in regards to that culture of the risk culture that you talked about, but also embracing some of the things that are off-the-shelf commercial products that we could bring in to make us more efficient and to really solve some of these legacy challenges that we have?
It's a part and parcel of my strategy, Congressman. What you've heard me talk about in my opening comments and the comments for the record is we need to get after this. With the Secretary's leadership, we have the right leadership in place to be getting after these big problems. I've found historically things are a little bit less of a technology problem than they are a culture problem. I think we have a little bit of both in the department, and what you're going to see with this leadership team, including with Honorable Michaels at R&E, myself, with Honorable Duffy and ANS, we have a whole of team effort at the department.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.